All right, what's up, Fit Fam? It's your boy Swole Joel here. Back with yet another episode of it's going to be my second shoulder live stream. I'm going to try to mix up the workouts this time, and a lot of the workouts I did last time didn't get saved, so you're going to see a whole bunch of new workouts. I always start my workout with a good stretch to get my shoulders loose and ready. It's super important to do that to make sure you avoid any injuries. You really want to make sure that you're not putting too much strain on your shoulders, risking injuring your rotator cuff or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to do a bunch of variations. I'm going to show you some resistance band exercises you can do to help strengthen your shoulder. I myself have tendonitis in both my shoulders. So I'm going to show you some exercises that I do, some stretches that I do, and we'll go from there. Sound good? All right. All right, so that's the first part of my shoulder day right there. Don't fall. All right, so that's the first part of my shoulder day right there. I just use a blue resistance band. I'll show you guys that. So I use a blue resistance band, and you can start out with whatever resistance that you want. Start with the red one, green one, doesn't matter. Just whatever you feel comfortable with. You don't want to put too much strain on yourself. So when you first start out with the red or green one. I can't remember which one is less resistance, but go with the one with less resistance and work your way up so that way you can really get some good quality strength in your shoulders. If I can get this to work, there we go. To get some good quality, there we go. Good quality strength in your shoulders. I got tendonitis my freshman year of college. I'm a fifth year now, and I got that from my diving workouts. And so I do a lot of stretching now, and I always make sure I do my resistance band exercise either before or after the workout. Today I'm doing it before to kind of warm my shoulders up, make sure they're ready for the workout. One really good stretch that I do, all right, bring your arm up like this, bring the other one, cross it over, and you push this down. So you're getting nice rotation right here and getting good stretch right through that muscle and right through those tendons. So I do this for about 30 seconds each side, 2 times, and then we'll get into the actual workout with weights. And again, this is just stretching all of these tendons and all these muscles right through here. And with those resistance band exercises, you want to make sure that when you're doing these, all right, you're keeping your arm on a level field, all right, and you're just rotating right here on the shoulder. You don't want to be dropping down like this, dropping that elbow down. You don't want to be too high and raking it up like this, right? Just try to keep it nice and level. And then as far as the internal and external rotations, you want to try to keep your elbow as close to your body as possible. When you start building more muscle, right, your lats are going to start pushing your elbow out a little bit. So that's why you'll see my elbow pops out a little bit, but still try to keep it as close to your body as possible. So that way you're rotating like this and getting a good full range of motion. All right. And there's another way to do this exercise. Another way to do this exercise is lay down on the ground. It's going to be like this. You're going to model it for a second, right? So you want your arm to be at a 90-degree angle right here, right? And you're just going to push down, all right? Ideally, your hand's going to go all the way down to the floor, all right? As you can see, my shoulders are crap, so they're not going to make it to the floor. But you want to get as close as possible. 30 seconds, rest, and then do another 30 seconds. Both sides. You want to make sure that body's perpendicular to the floor and that arm's coming straight out. You'll be able to feel it all through here. Again, body perpendicular, 90-degree angle here, 90-degree angle on the vertical arm, and push it down. Try to relax it as much as possible. All right, so that's all I'm going to do for the stretching. I already stretched before I started this video, so I just want to show you guys the stretches that I do, and the fashion that I do them. You guys can adjust it in whatever way you want. That's the way I do it. So now we're going to get into the real part of the workout with weights and all that. So let's head over to the dumbbell section. All right, so now we're going to get in the weights portion. We're going to do another quick warm up with 10-pound dumbbells, and we're going to go from there. All right. Right. All right, let's see what we want to do first, guys. All right. So first one we're going to do is just going to be a regular dumbbell overhead press. All right. We're going to do 4 sets of 8 to 10, and then we're going to go from there. We're just going to do a regular 4 to 10 set, no superset, no nothing crazy. All right. And we can get the weights. All right, the quick set of 8 on that first one, just kind of see where I'm at, see what I'm feeling. On this next one, I think I'm just going to stay with the 45s. I'm going to try to go for 10 this time. I should be able to get it. This weight isn't too bad for me. I'm going to do about a minute rest in between. And then for this next exercise, it's going to be superset. I'm going to do a lying, what is that, posterior raise, I guess. So I'm going to lie down on my side. I'm going to do a dumbbell raise like this. And then I'm going to superset that with a front raise. Right. Actually, I'm going to superset that with an overhead press. All right, set 2's done. Another about 40 seconds. I'm doing this without a chair back, so I'm just doing it on a flat bench. This is really good if you want to engage your core a little bit and work some more stabilizing muscles in your shoulders because you have nothing to push back against on. A lot of times when you're doing overhead press, you like to lean back and push up against the back of that seat. This helps you avoid that and really just focus on engaging your core, keeping your spine all aligned and stacked on top of each other, so that way you're just pressing straight up. Also, you want to make sure that you're not letting the weight drop, because that's going to put a lot of strain on your shoulder. So you want to make sure you're controlling the weight all the way down to 90 or just past, and then having control push back up. Failed a 9 in that one. It's totally okay. Tried to go for that 10th rep, couldn't quite get it. If I had had spot air, probably could have had him help push it out, or her. Couldn't quite get it. It's okay. On to the next. We got one more set of this, and then, like I said, we're going to move on to that overhead press, superset it with side raises. Today we're going to focus on each individual part of the shoulder, so the anterior, the middle delt, the posterior delt. And try to isolate those. We're going to work a little bit of back and in with the workout in order to work that rear delt. But it's going to be good. Back into it. Alright, so we're done with that overhead press. Now we're going to do a different overhead press variation that's going to work your front delt. It's going to be air grip front press like this, really just engaging this anterior delt right here. And then we're going to work rear delt with the side raises. So, doing examples. Lay it like this. Full extension right here. Bring it all the way up. Just like that. So when you're doing that, you're going to bring it up. And it's going to engage your rear delt and your back a little bit. Try to make sure you're only engaging right here. If you need to, you can do it like this, or you can do it like this. This might, if you do it with this grip, and bring it up like that, might give you a little bit more engagement with that rear delt. It just depends on how your muscles feel and what you feel is working. Try both ways, see what you like. You want to make sure when you're bringing it up, when you get to the top of that rep, you're not bringing it all the way to vertical, all right? You're going to bring it to just about right here, all right? So that way you're not giving those muscles too much rest, because you want to keep them engaged the entire time. With that said, just going to do it. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Never done that superset before. And I haven't done this exercise in probably about 6 months. So it was good though. So I started off 6 this way. And I did 4 with this grip. Tell you what, this grip really engages that rear delt a hell of a lot more. So if you want to do it that way, I'm going to finish out the rest of my reps like that. I was feeling a lot of strain in my left shoulder since I did that second. So I'm going to do the overhead press. I'm going to do it in the same way I did these, one at a time. So I'm going to do it here and here. Give me an idea of how much weight I'm using. I'm only using 10 pounds on these raises right here. So really don't need that much weight. If your shoulders are really strong, go ahead and go up. If your shoulders aren't that strong, go ahead and go down. It's whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever kind of reps you're going for. But really make sure you're contracting that muscle and controlling the weight the entire time. I'm talking too much. I need to get back into it. Well, set 2 is done. 204. I did 10 on these each time, and then 8 on those front raises. Again, really making sure you're controlling the rep the whole time. When you get down to the bottom of the rep here, make sure that you're not swinging into the motion, all right? If you swing into it, you're not going to be getting that good contraction at the start of it, and you won't be able to get the nice full contraction at the top. So really make sure that you let it pause for a second. You don't want to like rock your shoulder back or anything like that. All right, you just want to slowly contract and bring it back out. I'm going to give myself a little bit more rest this time. I'm getting a little tight right back through here. That's why you saw me stretch after I did that last set of the side. I don't know what they're called, but they work. Myself a little bit extra rest. Get back into it. I'm going to notify the fitfam right now that I'm actually streaming because I haven't told anyone. So it'll be a nice little surprise. If you guys aren't following me yet, go ahead, shoot me a follow. This whole fitfam.tv is about to take off. So shoot me a follow, subscribe, let everyone know how much you love the website. Tell them to subscribe and follow. It'll be all good. All right. All right, one more set of that, and then we'll be on to the next thing. For those front lateral raises, it's important to try to make sure you keep that elbow in the entire time. When you start getting more fatigued, I even feel it myself. You start to feel the tendency, instead of just pushing straight up like this, your shoulder wants to push out to that stronger part of your muscle and rotate out, push up like that. You got to force yourself, keep that elbow in, rotate that arm, push it up like this. If it starts getting too tight, then it's automatically going to push your elbow out like this. So that means that you need to start stretching more. So always make sure you stretch between sets, keep it nice and loose, and jump back into it, like I'm about to do right now. So this next superset, we're going to do a incline front raise supersetted with some rear dumbbell flies. Once again, engaging your front and your rear delt superset. It's going to be brutal. We're going to get through this. With the incline raises, when you're seated, you want to make sure you don't go any further than your legs, all right? So that way you're keeping front delt constantly engaged. If you want, you can bring them all the way down to the side for more extension. So that way you're really engaging from here. But in order to do that, you have to make sure you don't swing, all right? A lot of people like to bring it down to their side and swing it back up. So when you bring it to your legs, that prevents that. But if you want to get more of a stretch and longer motion, then go ahead and bring it down to the side. Just make sure you don't swing. All right, grab my waist. We're going to get into it. All right, so on those front raises, I showed you both ways of doing it. I did 15s on that first set. I'm actually going to drop down to 10s. The same weight I'm using for those rear flies. I was starting to strain a little bit at the end. I knew I couldn't get to 8 reps, and I felt myself swinging just a little bit when I got that full extension. But so I'm going to drop down to the 10s, really make sure I'm controlling the weight. And you want to make sure when you're bringing it up, right, you don't want to bring it, or when you bring it up to the top, if you do bring it all the way to the top, don't stay there that long, because it's giving your shoulder time to rest. So bring it just short of vertical, keep that shoulder constantly engaged, and yeah, I got 30 more seconds, and then right back into it. All right, set 2 4 is done. I'm just doing 4 sets of 8 to 10. I'm trying to keep my rep scheme down. I was doing some reading, and it was saying that you're not building your shoulders that much if you're keeping your rep scheme high. Something about how it doesn't actually shred up the muscles as well. You shred up the muscles more when you use heavier weights and lower reps, and your shoulders are only going to get bigger when you're doing those high reps. If you're juicing up, so we're going to try that for 4 weeks, see what happens. Keeping the weights heavier and keeping the rep scheme at 8 to 10. It recommends 4 to 6 or 5 to 7 per reps. I'm going to keep it at 8 to 10. I don't care, whatever. There's so many different ways of lifting now, it's ridiculous. So just do whatever works for you. This is just the way I lift. I love reading stuff and learning new things. That's the key to lifting, is reading and finding new workouts, finding new ideas. So lifting is all about sharing information. So that's what this whole fitfam.tv is about. That's what lifting's about. And so, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do to you guys, is give you guys my information and what I do. And hopefully you guys can come up with new ideas and share those with me back. All right, I can do it. Getting there. All right, so on that one, instead of stopping at the legs, I did the full range of motion. I might have swung a little bit towards the end when I started getting a little more tired, but try to keep constant fluid motion, full range of motion the entire time. And with this lying front raise, essentially the same concept as when you're doing front raises here. You don't want to bring your arm all the way to vertical and rest at the top. Again, constant tension, time under tension. It's a huge thing when lifting. Keeping those muscles engaged throughout the entire rep. So, getting tired. So I got one more set of this, and then we're going to start doing some lateral raises and working our middle delt. And I'm going to superset that with some forearm sets. So you can see some of those. Yeah, I can do it. All right, that's done. With the front raises, I chose to flip flop and start off holding the grips like this, and then switching to this, just so that way I'm engaging my front delt in two different ways. Avoiding it's better to do complex movements, I guess, so that way you're working every part of your shoulder and getting a nice round form. If you stick with the same routine over and over again, you're not going to be working the full shoulder, so you're not going to get a nice round shape right here. It's just going to be, your shoulder's going to look a little bit off. It's not going to be quite as full. So you really want to make sure you're getting different angles, different grips, whatever, so that way you're constantly keeping your shoulder guessing, and that way you're getting the entirety of your boulder. So we call them boulders to shoulders. So I think we're done with the bench for right now. So now we're going to do some lateral raises, supersetted with some forearms. No clue what weight I'm going to use, but we're going to find out. we're going to do lateral raises, and then we're going to superset that with some rope forearm curls, I guess you could call them. I can't remember what this thing's called. I'm sure everyone's done it though. So yeah, let's get into it. Nothing unique about these two workouts, just everyday workouts, but they work well. As for the forearms, I roll it all the way up this way, rolling it forward, and I roll it all the way up backwards. So that way you're working your forearms in different ways. Again, this whole workout's all about variation. With the side raises, lateral raises, you want to try to avoid doing this. So you want to get a weight that's heavy enough to where you can control it and you're not dropping it, but at the same time not so heavy that you have to shrug and move your body up in order to get the weight moving. So another variation of lateral raise is that you can lie sideways. I'll show you. Another variation is you can lay like this and do a raise that way. Just another variation. Totally lost my train of thought, so that's all I gotta say about that. All right, back at it. Nice thing about this superset is that with this forearm move, you're actually working your anterior delt the whole time. I don't know if I'm mixing that up. Anterior, posterior, front delt. Keep it easy. But yeah, nice thing about this is that you're working your front delt the whole time you're doing this because you have to keep that weight up. I'm only using 5 pounds on this. So my forearms are not that strong. They're reasonably strong. If you ladies, if you need to, you can do 2.5. Don't be afraid to work out your forearms. Nice forearms is going to help you out with every other essence of your lifting, because it's going to give you that grip strength in order to move up in weights and start doing higher weights, depending on what you're going for. Yeah, I can do it. And on these forearm curls, you want to make sure that you're keeping your arms as straight as possible and you're not doing too much movement. I see tons of guys with 10 pounds, 15 pounds on here, and they're doing this the whole time. Right? That's hardly working your forearms. Right? So you want to make sure you're keeping the weight low, you're controlling the weight, and you're able to keep those arms straight and slowly roll it. Right? Listen. Come on. Oh. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the second lateral raise, which is a leaning lateral raise. I'm going to do it with cables this time, so that way I'm keeping more tension. If I did it with a dumbbell, I'd have a tendency, because I'm so exhausted right now, to rest it at the top or rest it at the bottom for too long. So this way I'm keeping under tension the whole time. I'm going to superset that with some shoulder shrugs using barely any grip. So I'm just going to fingertip grip 2 45-pound plates. I'm going to do rolling shrugs. So let's go ahead and show you that. So again, that was some side lateral raises, only using 20 pounds. Then I'm going to go up to 30 on that. And actually, I'll probably keep that 10. All right, 20. And keep this level controlled. And then with those plate shrugs, again, I was just holding on with my fingertips. And so that way I was engaging my forearms the whole time and doing rolling shrugs. So you're working those traps in a different way than you normally would with just straight up shrugs. So yeah, if I can. That's Bregan. She's a bikini fitness competitor. Yeah. All right, guys. One more set, and then we're going to be done with this, and we're going to be moving on to don't know what we're going to be moving on to. I've done pretty much everything that I wanted to do for the day. I think we're going to do a forearm superset to finish it off, and some heavy shrugs. Got to do those too. Huh? I mean, that happens. You're doing no, whenever I do like only one plate, I normally do like 14 to 20. But that can also be. Yes. Go crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I can only do 3 bar. I can't do it on there. pushes on it. Well, it doesn't give you enough range of motion, and then when you push it up, I always like move back and forth. And it only goes straight up. It's not. It's annoying as hell, but. All right, now like I said, we're going to move on to heavy shrugs, and then we're going to do our last forearm superset, and it'll be done with the workout. So let's go ahead and get after that. Key is finding a place to do it. All right, so on these heavy shrugs, you want to make sure that you're keeping your shoulders back, and you're lifting straight up. You don't want to drop your shoulders forward and lift right here. And you don't, yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you're getting a good pause at the top of the rep. You don't need to pause too long, just 1 to 2 seconds. But really make sure you're engaging the entire time. I was dropping the weights a little bit on that last one, so I'm going to work on controlling the weight up and down on this next one. Drop down if I need to. We've got 3 more sets though, so let's get back into it. All right. That's it for the shoulder shrugs. Now, I'm actually going to sign out right now, and then start up another live stream for this last forearm superset. So I want you guys to see it because it absolutely pumps the shit out of my forearms, makes them crazy big. So just in case this doesn't all save, you guys will at least have that forearm superset. So if you're still seeing this and it's all saves, go shoot me a follow on Instagram, the real Swole Joel. Go ahead and tune in for this next live stream that's about to happen right now, and check out this forearm superset. All right, catch y'all in a sec.